at West Shore Home. They're doing transformations like this every single day. Call the number on your screen now, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. Call in now to take advantage of 5 years of 0% APR plus 50% off the cost of installation. This financing plan will not be around in 2023. If you want this offer, you need to call West Shore Home right now.
We have had so much fun this hour. We're taking you on a tour of the wonderful ways you can get outdoors in Chattanooga this week and in the weeks to come. As you can tell though now, we are inside. Couldn't have done this hour without Brian Smith.
Appreciate it.
With Chattanooga Parks and Outdoors, so thank you.
Well, no problem. I'm just excited that people get a chance to see what all is available, just to go on a random day and say we want to get out and enjoy Chattanooga, and that's the luxury that we have with this city.
Listen, I tell you, I mean, you have a passion for your job, and when I sent you that email saying, hey, we're cooking something up here, can you help us? He was Johnny on the spot, coming up with all the different places to hit, but you wanted us to come. We're out here at the now called the...
So Chris Ramsey Center. It used to be the Brainerd Community Center, but we dedicated it earlier this year to Chris Ramsey, beloved individual here, especially with the health community in the city of Chattanooga. But yeah, right behind us we have our water fitness program that's ongoing, because even though the center is in another department, we still manage the pools.
Right.
We've got 4 pools, but 2 of them are indoors here at the Chris Ramsey Center, and the other one at South Chattanooga, which is near St. Elmo. And behind me, a water fitness class that's $2 to come.
We had talked initially with Eric at Stringer's Ridge about the classes that you have through the department. If you had a child who got a bike for Christmas, or if you want to learn how to kind of up your game, this is kind of another example of that outreach. Y'all manage the pools. You've got the basketball courts that you are in charge of. There's so much you can learn and engage in within the city.
And that's one thing that we really try to do. We see oftentimes so many articles, so many stories about all the great things Chattanooga has, but sometimes you'll look at that mountain biking picture and go, I don't know if I could do that.
Right.
Or Ironman comes to town, I don't know if I could do that. But we're sort of bridging that gap here. So not only do we have water fitness behind us, but while this is open for lap swim and open swim, we're doing swim lessons. We're working with some area schools. We're working with even the Special Olympics and teaching some swimming there to kind of get people to that next level.
Right.
As Eric mentioned, classes to get people to that next level, going on that trail, or with Terry out of Greenway Farm, teaching kids how to canoe, because all those options are available, but we don't want people to be scared to do that.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned the kids part of it, because COVID, you know, we're still kind of recovering from that tendency we had to stay home and go order things online and the remote way that life was. But kids are also technology driven and dependent more than ever. When we walk in the doors here, first of all, they all knew you. They're, hey, with Brian. They were saying hello to us too. You immediately feel happy and connected with your community when you come in here. And that's important to your mental health.
Absolutely. No matter if it's a center, no matter if it's a park, I mean, we're back. And there's so many studies out there that saw where COVID and how devastating it was, but then going out and enjoying nature, walking in a park for 20 minutes, sitting in a park, what that kind of did. And we saw so many numbers going up in our parks and outdoor amenities for people just wanting to get out. And the thing is that you don't have to be canoeing, you don't have to be walking or running or jogging. You could just go out and enjoy nature and getting that fresh air. That's what makes parks so important, because it does relieve stress. It brings families together. It gets the kids off of the electronics and lets them get a little dirty. It's okay, because there's so much to learn, and we've got 119 places across the city to do that and beyond.
When we were up on Stringer's Ridge, is her name Lauren?
Yeah.
And her little boy Nicholas were there with us, and at one point, wasn't on camera, but Nicholas kind of shimmied up this muddy hillside.
Right.
He was 4 years old and he got to the top, but the wet leaves were kind of giving him a run for his money, coming back down again. But I watched her, and she was very aware, but she was letting him figure it out safely. You've been talking with me a lot off camera about your daughter. Clearly y'all have fun together, getting out and doing these things. She gets to safely have some challenges, and then in conquering those, she learns a lot about herself.
And, you know, we were teaching just a couple of days ago kids to ride bikes for the very beginning. And then one of the things I just recently took Addison on was a mountain to town, which was 14 miles from the top of Lookout Mountain all the way down to outdoor Chattanooga. And you might think right off the bat, well, that's incredibly hard. But the way it's done, the way our classes are taught, it's all inviting, and we're going to teach you along the way. If there's some challenges, if there's some struggles, that's what some of our instructors and teachers are for. But you mentioned just exploring, getting a little dirty, seeing Nicholas do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's amazing. And you know, Nicholas and his mom Gail, they were just kind of looking, and they said, "Ooh, look, there's a little worm there. There's a little leaf there," and that's amazing. And that's what inspires me.
And then you know, there are no 4-year-olds in the water right here.
Right.
This is an arthritis class.
Right.
Well, when you've got problems with your health, you can tend to want to retreat inwardly. But to come and share and talk and be encouraged by other people and get healthy at the same time, it all has a way of coming full circle.
And I like to think of it too, we are solving problems. And it's not necessarily has to be, oh, I've got arthritis or I'm hurting, but come take a class because you want to spend more time with your grandkids. Come take a class because you've got a cruise that's coming up. Get out into nature because you know you're stressed out the holidays, and holidays can mean a lot of different things for people, and there's the negative side of that. But get out and enjoy and breathe that fresh air. So we're solving a lot of those issues and problems with the activities and amenities that we do have.
And you know, the days get shorter, we've got to wrap it up, but when Linda and I were on the bridge talking, we had been in the shade and then the sun came out and it felt so good. There's nothing as great as a winter's day with that sun warming you up a bit to make you feel good.
And I think everyone watching what you've been able to do this last hour is going to make everybody feel good as well. So I just want everybody to know, Chattanooga.gov/parks. Pool schedules, Outdoor Chattanooga, everything is right there.
Brian,
thank you very much. And
hasn't he been a great tour guide? He wasn't there for you to see for all of the segments on air, but he was with us every step of the way, so thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
We're back in a minute.
We offer a non-opioid, non-narcotic, and most importantly, non-addictive means of dealing with certain mood disorders and chronic pain disorders. At Scenic City Neurotherapy, we are invested in our patient outcomes.